For all of you who have been trying to learn French and have tried different methods but have often failed either due to motivation running out or getting bored, this video is for you. With the progress of artificial intelligence, we recently found hope in learning French with our secret learning tool, ChatGPT. According to some people, ever since they started using it to learn French, they've enjoyed the language learning process way more and have learned faster than with a more traditional and conventional method. So in this video, I will show you how you can use ChatGPT to learn French. To start, you can use ChatGPT to create a structured learning plan. The first thing to ask ChatGPT is to create a structured plan for you to follow. Just like the quote, "A goal without a plan is just a wish," you have a goal of learning French and you ask ChatGPT for a plan to set yourself up for success. To do this, you are going to tell ChatGPT the skill level you're at, how long you want to study for, your study availability every day, for example, an hour per day, and ask it to create the plan according to the Pareto principle, which in relation to language learning means that about 80% of everyday speech in a language is made up of 20% of its vocabulary. This will make ChatGPT create a structured lesson plan focusing on the most common words, grammar, etc., to avoid wasting time learning stuff you will never use anyway. The second thing is resources. After the plan has been established, you want to make sure you have resources available to immerse yourself in French. Rather than Googling these resources, which can take hours, you can simply ask ChatGPT, which will save you time because nobody can Google as fast as ChatGPT can. You can ask, "I am a beginner interested in learning French and completely immersing myself in learning the language. Could you please recommend resources such as music, films, TV shows, articles, etc. that I can read or listen to increase my proficiency in the language?" Then ChatGPT will give you a bunch of resources which you can go through to improve your reading, talking, and listening French skills. The third way ChatGPT comes in handy for learning French is for the 1,000 most common words. This third prompt reflects the Pareto principle in asking ChatGPT to generate the most common 1,000 words in French. Simply ask ChatGPT, "I want to memorize the 1,000 most common French words by learning 10 new words every day. Can you give me the first 100 words I should start with in a table format?" Once ChatGPT finishes listing them out, you can copy-paste them onto flashcards, either paper or using an app, whatever you prefer, or to anything that works best for your memorization. And that's as simple as that. The fourth way is conversation practice. This is one of the most helpful prompts and methods to learning French. Whatever your skill level, you can now have a conversation with ChatGPT in French on any topic you can think of. You can ask it to have a back and forth conversation with you, or you can ask it to role-play out a conversation about a specific situation that you can read and practice your understanding with. Another useful prompt is to ask ChatGPT to describe a random situation in French that you will respond to. This will really force you to practice your conversation skills and learn French words you aren't necessarily comfortable or familiar with. The next step is to use ChatGPT to help you learn French grammar. Since French grammar is quite complicated, the way you can use ChatGPT to your advantage is to ask it for a roadmap to follow, so you know where to start. "I am a complete beginner in French and I want to start learning grammar. Can you provide a roadmap for me to learn it?" Once it has provided the roadmap, you can ask ChatGPT to elaborate on certain points. For example, asking it to teach you the grammar rules of one of the things it tells you to learn. Once that's done, you can even go further by asking it to create some grammar exercises for you to practice what you just learned and solidify your newly acquired skills. The sixth way ChatGPT can help is with writing things and playing games. To take things even further and to keep things interesting in your French learning journey, you can also ask ChatGPT to write a story, a joke, a song, a poem, or whatever you want in French. You can also ask it to write short stories in French about any topic for which you provide the translation in English, and ask ChatGPT to correct you whenever you make some mistakes. You can also go further by asking ChatGPT to play games such as taking turns writing a story together in French. You can keep going, taking turns until the story ends, or until you've had enough for the day. The last way you can use ChatGPT to learn French is to test your knowledge and to see how much you are progressing. There are many ways to do this, including asking ChatGPT to create a French test at your skill level, or you can ask it to create a more specific test, such as a French grammar test for your level. And once you finish the test, ask it, please provide the answers for the test above, so you can check how you did. You can also specify what format of test you want, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, or you can ask it to write grammatically incorrect French sentences that you have to try to correct. Finally, if you're looking for even more ways to learn French using ChatGPT, you can always type in a prompt where you ask it, what are some different ways I can use ChatGPT to test my knowledge of French? And it will provide a bunch of ideas like conversation practices, translation exercises, role-play scenarios, and so on, which you can try yourself and see what works best for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our channel for more French learning videos.